Good morning, park managers, and welcome back to Community Park 10.0. And if you want to add your own dinosaurs, you get your own enclosure made into this build, let me know in the comments. Let me know what dinosaur you like. Give me an idea of the kind of enclosure you would like to see it in. And if you want to give it a name, let me know and I will do. Now, our first suggestion comes from Hamster, who asked if I could do a desert slash kind of canyon biome for 3 Carnotaurus with the Champlain Valley skin and the Pulcherana pattern, which, yes, that's what I've gone and done. Now, I wanted to make this enclosure feel secure. We know that the Carnotaurus is a highly aggressive creature within the Jurassic World series and will just attack things for no reason. And yeah, so I made it so the enclosure looks really secure using a double fence, outside being concrete and the inside being steel bars, and that should keep our Carnotaurus in. And as you see, I get to work on making like the valley area. And then just to keep the theming of the rest of the map, I do add the mortar brush in there, which just adds for some extra height to the enclosure and gives it some like kind of interesting points of interest in a sense. And it just looks nice with it vibing and with it being almost like deserty looking, the mortar map. It still kind of fits in there. I know you don't see many trees in the desert, but the main item we're doing is our canyon area. And I do skip over it a wee bit because it takes so long to do all those rocks, and I didn't want to bore you for like ages because it took me a while to do all those rocks. And then in the offshore area, this is where we're going to have our water source. Again, I keep it nice and simple with like the like a few trees, bit of water, bit of rock, and it's kind of like a shelter for them in a sense, so they can hide under the trees to kind of our show. This little staff area I kind of made in a sense of looking at how like some, like, I think they're called cattle crushers, if I remember rightly, is the correct name for them. And so in a sense, if you need to give them medication, do them a health check, you could lock them in between there. The staff is still in a safe place. The Carnotaurus can't run away from anything, especially if you need to give some kind of injection. And it just adds a little bit of storytelling to it.
What's your story?
Which I do like to add to my enclosures. Now, I connected the path just nice and simple. I didn't go around decorating the outside just yet. I thought I'd just focus on this enclosure. And our Carnotaurus, I do like this pattern. It's really nice. Like, it's very subtle, which I really like about it. And they look great in this enclosure, especially when you see them walking through like the valley kind of canyon area that I've made. I kind of use like different brushes to try and make it look like certain areas have been walked on more than others, which it makes for an interesting look. And again, you're sort of like, oh, that's where the Carnotaurus marches through a fair bit, and just seeing them go through the like canyon, it just looks so cool and makes for some like really interesting shots. The main food area is at our front viewing point, so then it kind of makes the Carnotauruses go back and forth and use the whole enclosure, which is a really like easy, neat trick if you want them to walk the entire enclosure rather than stay in a certain area and then you only ever see them every now and then in like a different bit. So if you do food at one end, water at the other end, it gets the enclosure walked through a fair bit. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's given you some inspiration of your builds. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see adding to Community Park 10.0. And as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.